Left 150 last week. Kelly Blue book value is 20 grand. I sold it for 47,000 on seller finance. Whoa. How did I do that? I went to somebody who doesn't have credit and I said, hey, make me $500 payments at $40,000 plus interest and I can seller finance you, right? Whoa. We just create a promissory note and that's the agreement between two parties. Seller finance, pretty simple.
What's he do when the crackhead takes the truck and stops paying for it?
That's what if I was that crackhead and I saw that video, I would drive up to him and crack him in the forehead with an aluminum bat. I mean, I wouldn't. Predatory like that and bragging about it, like that kind of that's going around.
Well, I saw a homeless guy the other day and I loaned him a
promissory note.
I loaned him a 6-pack of Dr. Pepper and I created a promissory note at 70,000% interest. So in 10 years, I'm going to have probably $250,000 from that 6-pack of Dr. Pepper.
I don't have to worry about this. Now I have basically like a guard dog, a rabid pit bull guard dog, homeless guy.
In the form of a promissory note based contract with technically a subcontractor.
You're like, hey, Boots, come over here. Yeah. And he's like, come here, Boots.
Attack.
You see that guy over there? Attack. He's like, like, good. Do hyper attack, Boots.
Mm-hmm.
That's his name, Boots.
Yeah.
And you're like, listen, even if he has his conscience come about during the attack,
I just sell him more product.
You're like this. Do you want Dr. Pepper? And he's like, Boots, you owe me 70 grand. You know you owe me 70 grand.
Yeah. At that point, I extend him an additional line of credit to get him to do my bidding.
But if he doesn't chew the jaw, the mandible, if he doesn't chew off the person's chin that I'm pointing at, then
he does a mandible claw.
Yeah, with his stinky pea hand.
Mm-hmm.
To like women walking, like your accountants that like forget to send invoices and like put you back a week.
Well, when the women that I loan, I do a lot of lending to women.
Uh-huh.
And I lend it to them at rates sometimes 3,000 to 76.5% interest.
Uh-huh.
And when the women fail to make payments, I send Boots after them to do a mandible claw.
I send him to do a tasting contest.
He does a sampling, yeah.
Yeah, he does sampling, but it has to be here's the thing. It's not the laws the way that the FDIC will insure me is if I have to do mandible. And it has to be 10 people in the room when I test the juice.
Mm-hmm.
There has to be 10 coworkers present when I send Boots.
Well, 10 notarized.
Yeah. Notarized.
It can't just be anybody.
Yeah, when Boots is swirling around inside her, over her pants, because I loaned her a Dr. Pepper 6-pack for 77,000%.
Yeah.
I make sure.
Well, most of the women, what I'll do is I'll hold the door for them.
Mm-hmm.
And that's only a $14 fee that I usually charge. But if they don't have the cash, I'll extend them a line of credit based on a promissory note through one of my LLCs. Through one of my LLCs, I'll extend to them a line of credit or a promissory note. And that that $14 or that $17, depending on what I initially charge for the door holding fee, can easily become north of $30,000, $40,000. After 2 week period or so.
Yeah. Do you offer them a
So I own their
at
that point I own their.
Do you offer them a SOM clause?
I offer them a massage clause.
That's it.
With claws.
Massage clause.
I offer them a massage with claws.
With claws, right? With like nails taped on your knives taped on your hands.
Yes.
I offer them a SOMB clause, and that's where they can suck it out of my balls. If they can suck out of my I'll relieve the debt immediately. It's going to be really hard though, because as we know, it comes out of the tip of a it doesn't come out of the balls. But if they suck hard enough, and I just kind of always, some try to take the challenge on, but most of them fail.
Yeah.
Only one succeeded.
Well, that's when we put hypodermic needles in their butt cheeks.
A needle cheek.
Needle cheeking them.
Yeah. And that's just common. That's just old school banking.
That's how babies are made.
That's a Wells Fargo banking 101. I learned it from my grandfather. Someone like these guys like bragging about, there's another guy that does this about like, I bought
it's total
It's the ultimate, like, that's like bragging about being a fucking worm. That's like, there was this little kid that got his ass kicked, and all the kids who kicked his ass ran away, and then I walked up to him and gave him head. I saw these kids kicking this kid's ass, and they pantsed him, so I took a photo of it. Yeah, that's it.
Yeah, that's it.
And
Just
you're like,
absolute bottom feeder.
yeah, like worm, like parasite woman. Yeah, that's fucking fucked up.
There was this woman outside a battered women's shelter crying. I went inside and made her clean it.
I brought her some cleaning products and I said, bitch, if you don't get down on your fucking knees and start cleaning up your tears, I'm going to beat the fucking shit out of you.
I said, get to work. I'm providing for your family.
Do you want your mom and daughters to die? You better get on your knees and start cleaning like a professional, or else I'm going to as hard as I can. And I'm not playing. I love beating women. And the name's Roger, by the way.
Roger Nochfort.
Roger Nochfort.
I'm Roger Nochfort.
Shake my hand like a real man.
Nice to meet you.
I'm Alec Baldwin in her ear.
Roger Nochfort strikes again.
Yeah, that's a lot of cool things to do. Sometimes I catch fish that are like below legal size, and I just throw them in my boat motor. You know what I mean? I fucking hate them.
Yeah.
Or I'll just hit them on the head with a hammer, and then I'll throw them back in the ocean. Like that kind of like grown men like doing crazy shit.
Can we go back to the F-150 guy and see what other hustles he's up to?
Oh yeah, the iced coffee hour. I wonder how he takes
The
his iced
fucking
coffee.
hour.
I worked with a kid like this little fucking pencil neck geek.
Oh, what's this one?
He used to talk about jelking.
The
You were in Drake and Josh.
That's such a funny thing because you guys your age see it that way. Like, whoa, he had a
No,
line
I
in
wanna
Drake
see
and
the other
Josh.
guy.
But I saw it.
That's not the iced coffee hour. It's
Oh.
that guy.
Wait, this is Dr. Mike.
Dr.
It's Dr. Mike. Oh,
Here.
so there's a bunch of men in the ice cup. Where is this guy?
This guy right there.
guy, yeah.
Oh, how to make
I
money.
made my first $1 million in a year setting up construction sites. And I had this homeowner, Bethany. And Bethany calls me up. She goes, hey, you have a great reputation. I see you flipping all these houses for these other investors. Come flip a house for me. So we go crush it for her, do a second house, done. She calls me for a third house. And she comes up behind me and she goes, get out of your truck right now. And I'm like, what did I do? And she's like, why aren't you in real estate? And I go, I am in real estate. And she says something that really shocked me. She said, you're not in real estate. You're a service provider to me, and I'm in real estate. You are a simple Google search away from being replaced. You're as replaceable as the mortgage company. You're as replaceable as my private money lender. I'm going to ask you again, why are you not in real estate? She says, I want you to send out a swath of postcards. And I get my first deal 2 weeks later. And I was like, this took me 3 hours of work to do this. Why am I a freaking contractor? I think one of the smartest people on the planet is Dave Ramsey. But I think one thing I disagree with him on is the debt conversation. How does Dave Ramsey buy property? He says he buys property cash, but where does that cash come from? It comes from his influence. And when you're talking about your audience doesn't have influence like that. So how does your audience go out and buy real estate? They have to use leverage. Leverage is powerful, and everybody wealthy uses leverage.
What's he doing flipping F-150s for 20 grand?
Yeah.
And
If you're making
an immense amount of risk.
that's what I'm talking about. Like that kind of shit.
That's like when Gary Vee says he goes to like yard sales, and like
Yeah, no, he doesn't.
he did that for like a video. He's probably
Gary
going,
Vee hasn't gone to a yard sale in fucking 50 years.
Yeah, I do. Sometimes I still go.
I fucking hate this guy.
Who's this guy?
What do you guys
Hormozy?
think is the biggest
That guy?
threat
No,
to
the other
humanity?
guy.
You've got AI
This
that
guy.
can write better than
Oh, this
humans.
guy,
It will be able
dude.
to
This guy. What's his name?
Hormozy, Alex Hormozy.
Yeah, acquisition.com. But his wife, everybody clowns on his wife because his wife has like a. Well, you'll see.
If you want a relationship to last,
that a guy?
then you have to
Yeah, this is his, I think, biological woman wife.
create more reasons to stay with the person than to not, because there's always reasons not to be with somebody. Freedom, autonomy, you want to go bang other people, whatever it is, right? So if you work together, if you're on the same mission together, if you have the same values, those are all the arguments as to why you want to be with
She might be a guy.
that person.
No,
it's a
man,
lot of
that's gotta
relationships,
be a
they just
fella.
don't
I'm
have much of
sorry.
an argument. It's like, cool, we like each other and that's it.
And all the comments of anytime she's on camera and talks, so bro,
Dude, that's a great attitude. I love when people do that. I love when people
Yeah.
what's this lesbian saying? It's like
Yeah.
a man.
yeah,
It's
yeah,
so
yeah.
fucking funny.
Bro speaking facts. I gotta find more of her.
Dating out in California was tough.
The comments.
I literally went on one date. I'll tell you this. I meet this guy. He's really cool. We go on this date. At the end of the dinner, he was like, hey, if you could just not talk as much, that'd be great. And I was like, what? And he's like, you know, like you look really nice. If you would just like come to the dinner and like sit and like look nice. And I was like, oh. Oh.
Can you run that back just like that right there?
Yeah, the O.
Yeah.
That's crazy. Fuck. All right.
Come to the dinner and like sit and like look nice. And I was like, oh.
I don't know about that.
Oh. We are not one and the same. And I was like, this is not going to
As
work.
bluntly as that.
Yeah. Dating out.
Is it like testosterone? Did she like take testosterone or something?
Well, she's if she's a woman, she's high test. Probably why she's doing like business stuff and not, you know,
Yeah.
being a normal person.